So, hello Year 5 and 6. I've brought you back together today to have a look at planning because our planning again will be very, very similar. I'm going to work with the Year 5 planning today, but I will obviously talk at the same time to Year 6 about how that will work for you, but it's incredibly similar. So Year 5, you will recall yesterday you designed your own mythical creature, and this is the one that I came up with. We didn't give it a name yesterday, so I have decided that I'm going to call it the Gatordon, because we've got this kind of alligator jaw going on here, but I think that don ending as well makes it sound quite dinosaur-like, quite intimidating. So if we start to have a look at our planning sheet now, if you remember, in here, in this column here, we jot down the structure of at least one of our waggles to help us to work out the structure of our own writing. I've already filled that in for now. I based it on the Tonga lizard. You could base it on anyone. So what I would be putting in here is the different subheadings from one of the waggles that you've looked at, and then maybe a couple of the key ideas or sentences from that, just to remind you. And then you might use that to help you to structure your writing, or you may just vary the order that you do it slightly, and these headings on here might help you with that too. So I think what I might do is jot down my ideas in a different colour for this, just so that it's clear what I'm writing at the moment and what's already been written. Let's take a lovely shade of green. So my idea, my main title will be the Gatordon. That will be my title. And then I need an introduction. So what do I want to say about it? I'm going to say what it is. So I'm going to say, I don't want to give too much away because I want to write a separate appearance section. So I might put something about it being part bird, part beast, part reptile. Now Year 6, you've already written your introduction as part of your short burst writing yesterday, so you may decide not to even plan this section, or you might just want to put a couple of notes in there to help you work out the overall structure and to make sure you don't repeat anything. So part bird, part beast, part reptile. I want to say that it's quite an aggressive creature. Actually, I'm not sure that aggressive is the correct word. Maybe intimidating. And also that it features in Norse mythology, because we're writing about mythological creatures. Now, you may decide that your creature is a creature from Norse mythology. That would tie in really nicely with Viking Boy. Or you may decide that actually you want to do it from Greek mythology, from Roman mythology, from some made-up mythology. Absolutely fine. So then we need to decide what our first section is going to be. Now the suggested section, and I believe this is the case on both planning sheets, is that your first section is about appearance. And I think that's a really good one, because the first thing you're going to want to think about, particularly if you're reading about a creature that you've never heard of, is what does it look like? Now I'm sure that when you do your final copies you'll probably do pictures and all sorts to go alongside it, but that detailed description of its appearance is really, really useful. Now for me, I've got all these ideas just like Year 5 have of what it looks like. For Year 6 you may need to use your imagination, and at some point before this you may find it useful to draw a little picture and sketch it and label it like Year 5 did yesterday. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, it could just be a quick sketch on a scrap piece of paper. For Year 6, your hybrid creature, you're really going to be thinking about those features of both of those creatures that you've brought together and which ones your hybrid will have. So I'm just going to jot down some ideas from our picture from yesterday. So we've got razor sharp teeth, golden feathers. Alligator head and tail. Sharp, venomous talons. Jaw, which is vice-like. I'm going to go for red and green mane. I know that I drew it with purple, but I think we're going to say it's a deep red mane and a golden eye. Just to remind you of what we've got. So, page 2 of our planning. Now, the suggested one is diet here, but I think I'm going to do my next section on where it lives. So I'm going to use that subheading habitat. Good idea to put your subheadings in each section so that you know what they're going to be about. So, where's its habitat going to be? Now, we've said this is Norse mythology, so maybe a mountainous region. So maybe we say the deep mountains of Norway. We could say, in fact, because this is a creature that's a hybrid that, you know, is a beast and a reptile and a bird, we could say that it lives by the glacial lakes. But it's at home in all environments, on water, land, and in the sky. We can say it tolerates low and high temperatures. I'm also going to say that it's a solitary creature. It likes to be on its own. And it's widely respected. Do you remember year 5 when we planned it and I said that the mane gives it quite a regal appearance and means that it's quite dominant and respected. So this says habitat. I'm going to change. I'm not going to do habitat there. I'm going to do diet. Okay, and now again we can refer to the what does a Tonga lizard eat section here. Now that describes it as an omnivore. I think this creature is definitely a carnivore. And again, I'm going to write meaning in brackets so that when I do my writing I can say this is a carnivorous creature, meaning it eats meat. So it likes to eat mammals, small and large, and humans if confronted. I'm going to mention the venomous talons there as well as a way of killing. Right, is it hunted by other creatures that have predators? No, I don't want to write about that. This is a mythical creature, so I'm going to write about its magical qualities here. Remember we mentioned that golden eye? Well, that eye is going to be made of pure gold. And it gives the beholder eternal life. It also has the wool from its mane. I know we said it was going to be a feather mane, but I think we'll change it to a woolen mane. It's highly sought after. for its relaxing qualities. If you made a blanket out of this wool, it would send you to sleep really quickly. And then we could do, then we'll do a did you know, just like it says there. Did you know that it is known as the King of the Mountains? Due to its mane. And let's include a little weakness. Let's say it's allergic. Highly allergic to something really silly like mouse saliva. So if it gets bitten by a mouse, or if somebody goes to try to conquer it and they've got a little vial of mouse saliva, then maybe they might stand a chance. So this huge beast has this crazy allergy. So now you need to go away and you need to plan your sections. Year 5, you might use very similar sections to me. Year 6, it won't be dramatically different. You'll probably still have a habitat section, a diet section. You might decide to keep a section about predators. You can still use a did you know section. The other thing that's on here, that's on one on the Tongo lizard, is about it being endangered. So you may decide that you want a section about how you can help it because it's endangered. And in fact, I think I plan to put that in my conclusion. So that's another idea of a different section you can do, but it all works in a very similar way. Okay, get that plan done and I'll see you tomorrow for writing.